So with everything that's happened with Sarek, there's a few pieces left that we don't know about. One was the mystery of Drew. Projet found Drew's body, along with a couple of the others found it. And Projet found the burial site, made sure it was good. Opus and the others found Drew and buried him. We all know that Drew's missing his arm and he was missing his head. But no one really got a glimpse of what happened to Drew truly as they came through the dark veil of Thetadolyon. So we flash back to the Mind Flayer ship passing through Thetadolyon. Every Mind Flayer, as the shadows goes through, just goes limp and falls and dead. So the ship almost dies in itself. All the characters see all the carnage of the ship because the ship's heading towards the planet, just going through, and all of a sudden now it's on a collision course with the ship. It starts flailing and going crazy. The Mind Flayer navigation unit, that's the thing that's right there that sort of controls everything, reaches out as its dying moment, trying to find a connection to someone that can help guide it, and it latches around Drew's arm. So, and at this, Drew becomes the ship itself. He's navigated under the stars and done a lot of stuff, but he's never flown a ship or really been much into vehicles at all. And he tries, as everyone's scrambling around to try to help or try to brace themselves. The ship's coming in too hot, and all I can think is stop, or slow down, or do it properly as the creature dies that has his arm wrapped around him. But he's linked into the ship, using his thoughts to keep it alive because his brain is mostly intellect devourer, which is basically part of Mind Flayer tech. He does everything he can, and the ship starts to slow down, but it turns sideways and it gets in a spin, and it starts spinning super fast and getting hot, coming through the atmosphere. The ship then cracks and breaks into the helm where you're at has large crack and gaps in it. You see people get sucked out into the air while you're high up in there. You see Hinkler jump after somebody that you didn't quite see and turn into a dragon as he's jumping out to try to go rescue someone. Wolfie and Projet are hanging on very close to you, and at this point pieces of the ship, like tentacles and stuff to sort of hold it, start slapping down. Well, right beside of you, one of these tentacles come down heading towards you, and Wolfie sort of bumps into it, and it skewers Wolfie, trying to keep it from hitting you. It goes right through her, puts a giant hole in her chest, and pins her up against the wall behind you. So Projet's about to get sucked out the door, and he's trying to get to it, and the ship sort of gets hit by an airburst, comes up and down, and he gets flung out and he literally hits his head and is unconscious as he's going out the window. At this point, others have sort of moved through other parts of the ship to avoid the vacuum, and there's pieces. You can see flames coming out the outside door from everything's coming through. The creature that was mounted to the ship has come loose thanks to the little things popping through. You sort of reach towards Wolfie because Wolfie's barely alive, where she's pinned up off the floor on the back of the helm. She weakly tries to reach towards you, but to no avail as she sort of loses consciousness, and the creature that's finally pinned falls, and is no longer connected through the ship, through you. It then, when it falls, it gets sucked out of the ship too, ripping your arm off. So because you're like holding on, trying to do stuff with the ship, and it's like literally it takes one of your arms clean off because it was like wrapped around, so it's just and it's dying thing. So you're there and you're going through and you're trying to look. The ship is sort of stabilized. Nothing's really sucking it out as much right now, but you can sort of see pieces of the ship floating, burning through the air where you're going, and the ground's coming closer. So as you get closer, you just sort of you come over to Wolfie to make sure she's alive, but again, there's she's like that far off. Her feet are that far off the ground. It's just she's just being hung up through there. There's not much you can do in your current state. When you hear a voice in your head, and like you've got a few seconds before you get to the ground, but it might be this goddess that referred to you.
Okay.
You're sort of losing consciousness because your arm's ripped off and you're sort of losing blood and everything, and this shining light. Remember we talked about it. So you see in the doorway a crystal. Like this almost like lady type figure in a long veil. Remember they say white with a silver outline.
Yes.
Standing there, and you just hear the voice. Leave your prison.
Okay.
So if you will do a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
That's good. You might as well keep the dice out.
Oh yeah, sure.
So you do that and you realize your body is dying, but your body is not just you. There's really two of you. So you have to make a decision: die with this body with the ship come down, or detach yourself from this shell. So you're barely able to stand.
What do you mean by detach the shell? What's that?
Detach yourself from the shell. Remember, like you just wear the body of Drew. You're the mind of Drew, wearing Drew's body from where you remember that it died. So the brain died thanks to Izod or someone. Because if you're attached to the body when it lands, it's like the brain will die too. If you detach from the body, there might be a chance to survive.
I don't want to attach.
You will completely die if you hit the ground.
What's the point in living? I ain't got no body.
So,
I ain't got a body. I ain't got.
Well, you do. Well, you do. Technically, you do. Like, you do have a body. The goddess spoke to you.
I guess I don't.
Like I said, you got no shoulder, no arm. Like I said, all this is gone.
Well, yeah, there's no point.
So
I can't even defend myself at this point.
No, the intellect devourer can.
I ain't got that body.
The intellect devourer has its its own body. It's got hands and feet and like stuff.
It's like that big.
Well, compared to you, but in reality, it's only like comes up to your knees. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like a large dog compared to your body.
Yeah. So. I guess for the sake of the story, I'll detach, but I don't want to. But it's.
So you, like I said, you can crash. It's like, but again, I told you I give you a choice. Drew's story will be done. So, and it's okay if you wanted to be completely done and crash, because.
Yeah, I don't.
It's your decision.
I mean, if he don't die, he's gonna be a brain on the floor. It's
like
that's not what.
So you did have a divine being tell you It's like nothing is ever. But you know, though, if you detach, it's like you're no longer what you were, but you could become something else. The question is, do you want to be something else and have a chance to live and be something else, or do you want it to be completely done? So there's no wrong answer. I wanted you to have the choice.
I don't want to detach. No.
Okay, so you don't want to detach. So you're on the way down. So let's talk about what Drew's final thoughts are. So where do your thoughts dwell, since you want to be you don't want to be something else.
Yeah.
It's like what? Well, where do your thoughts dwell?
Probably nothing. This is finally gonna be at peace. Ain't gonna be getting hurt anymore.
Nothing about family, nothing about anything. So like I said, you were Drew. It's like this is your send off.
I guess he'll think about his mom and sister.
Okay.
He didn't know he had that, but like
So the thoughts dwell to sister.
Yeah. Just think about that for like happy moments, because there's not really happy moments with his dad.
No, you did get him back though, and you did free him.
Yeah, but what happy moments does he have with him?
You got to spend almost a whole year with him. So
yeah, but he didn't get to spend no time with his sister. So.
No, never got to find his sister.
Like I guess he'll imagine a life that none of that stuff happened,
or
like a life that no goblins done this. His dad wasn't in war.
No, but it did happen.
But it didn't though in his mind. That's what he'll think about.
I know, but if your thoughts rely on sister,
he's just gonna think about them growing up and just having a normal childhood. He ain't gonna think about having to shit about it to survive. And
that's good. So do you wish?
He's thinking about altered ending. So there was no need to be an adventurer. He just went out and hunted for food and.
Okay. Do you wish to ask the goddess entity anything about, if she remains, if she could look after him, or
what do you mean?
You have a goddess in you.
No.
It's like, so you don't know what she does or what she is. So, but you can ask her to watch after your family, or if ever you get a chance to. Like I said, you don't have to ask her. Like I said, you're going to hit the ground, and you're going to die. You've done this. It's like, so you have pieces that have come along the way. That's your choices. These choices have led here. Hopefully some of the characters survived.
I guess I could ask if I could just, when I die, can I just go back? Can I go to my like the dream, not having to do that? Like, can I have an alternate life?
So you asked the goddess
for an alternate life, or like there's no fighting, there's no goblins in the world, there's nothing like that. There's no deities.
Oh, there's always deities.
Well, I mean, that's just what he wants. He wants nothing. He wants what we got in reality. He just wants to go hunting every day for his family and.
Let me see. Let me pull up.